S2K channel, ladies and gentlemen. If you are new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button and hit all so that you will be notified regarding the latest update. The content of this video is taken from available sources such as but not limited to the internet, and the author of this video does not represent any person or organization which will be presented. This is presented for educational purposes only, and yours truly do not claim the ownership of the content. The topic that will be discussed in the short video presentation is about crime scene sketching, a topic under the subject of fundamentals of criminal investigation with intelligence. Crime scene sketching is one of the methods of documenting the crime scene, no? Because there are several methods of documenting the crime scene. First is photography, second is sketching, third is note-taking, fourth is videography. Okay, and the second method of documenting the crime scene is crime scene sketching. And as usual, I will present the topic in Q&A form with rationalization. So let us proceed to question number 1. It refers to the process of recording of information with respect to its location, position, measurement, orientation, and details of findings in a sketchpad through symbols, arts, and figures. Letter A, sketching. Letter B, photograph. Letter C, photography. And delta is crime scene sketch. And the answer for this question is alpha. No? Sketching is the process of recording of information with respect to the location. Okay, kasi meron pong elements of sketch na magpapakita kung ano yung specific location ng isang piece of evidence using the different type of measurement used in sketching. Okay, pinapakita rin sa sketch yung specific position. Ganun din po ang measurement, no? Gaano kalayo yung pong isang evidence doon sa reference point at gaano kalayo ang isang evidence sa isa pang evidence, no? Yan, ganun din po yung pong orientation, ano? And yung pong specific na detalye at gumagamit po ng symbol, arts and figures yung pong sketcher, no? Yan. Photograph is a product of photography, no? From the word phos and graphos, no? Yan, a product or an image which is produced through the use of light. Eka nga, no? Yan. Photography is the process of taking image or images, okay, or picture through the use of camera, no? Yan. So, it was derived from two words, that is phos, which is means light, and graphos means to draw. Okay, the literal meaning of photography is to draw through light, because if you will use the camera in taking photographs, it will make an image through the use of light. Okay, yun po yung photography. And it is the primary method of documenting the crime scene, no? Yan. Then, crime scene sketch is the record of physical evidence location as well as measurements showing pertinent size, gaano po kalaki, and the relationships or distance relationship in the crime scene. Gaano kalayo yung isang evidence sa isa pang evidence, gaano kalayo yung pong reference point doon po sa evidence, no? Yan. The investigator's sketch of the crime scene can be more descriptive than hundreds of words, just like photographs. The crime scene sketch assists in interviewing and interrogating people, preparing the investigation report, and presenting the case in court. The crime scene sketch establishes permanent record of items, conditions, and distance, sizes, and relationships, no? Na kahit tanggalin mo yung evidence, andun pa rin yung record para makita kung ano nga ba yung mga posisyon ng mga pieces of evidence, di ba? Yan. Okay, kasi hindi naman forever yung pong ebidensya dun sa crime scene kasi kailangan mong tanggalin yun. Okay, para kahit tanggalin mo yung mga ebidensya, meron pa ring record ito at yun nga po yung sketch, no? Yan, sketches supplement photographs. Yan. Crime scene sketch is the graphic representation of the crime scene, no? With complete measurements of the relative distance of items or objects. Sketch includes scales with important dimensions at the scene being shown to a good degree of accuracy. Okay, so what is the difference between photograph and sketch? Okay, yan. So let us compare. Photograph provides great detail, no? Kasi lahat ng items na andun sa crime scene ay makukuha sa pamamagitan ng photography. Yan, kaya lahat ng detalye andun kasama na ang kulay, no? Lahat ng items na andun. While sketch eliminates unnecessary details, tatanggalin yung mga hindi importanteng mga detalye doon. For example po, no, sa crime scene na kung saan ang dami pong monoblock chairs, no, ang dami pong upuan na kung saan sa tingin ng sketcher ay hindi naman importante doon sa kaso. Example po, no, yung pong mga monoblock chairs, no, huwag mo nang isama sa sketch yun, tanggalin mo na yung sa sketch. Ang nakalagay na lang sa sketch ay yung mga importanteng detalye o yung mga pieces of evidence tulad ng dugo, no, yung pong semen, no, yung pong kutsilyo kung meron, no, yan. And photograph does not always show true and accurate relationship between items, no? Hindi po accurate yung pong relationship nila, no? While sketch shows true and accurate relationship because of the measurements provided therein. Okay? Then photograph cannot determine the distance, no? And sketch determines the distance because of the measurements that is provided in the sketch. Yan. So, yun po yung kagandahan naman ng sketch over the photograph. Okay? Yan. So, the photograph and sketch can be used hand in hand in order to have a clear picture, no, of the crime scene. Okay, so let us proceed to question number 2. It is a type of a sketch which is made by the investigator at the crime scene, which is full of important details but without scale and proportion. No? Letter A, rough sketch. Letter B, finish sketch. Letter C, sketch of ground, and delta, sketch of locality. Yan. So as to preparation, there are two general types of sketch. We have rough and finish sketch. And the sketch that is being prepared at the crime scene by the investigator or the sketcher of the crime laboratory is rough sketch, that is alpha, no? So rough sketch is the sketch made by investigator at the crime scene, which is full of important details but without scale and proportion. Yan. So it is used as basis in preparing the finished sketch. Okay. The finished sketch, it is a sketch with scale and proportion and drawn by a draftsman, which can be used for court presentation. However, rough and finished sketches is requested by the court, which shall be presented by the draftsman if in case, no, na-require ng court to clear doubts of the jury. Legally speaking, for a sketch or diagram to be admissible in court, it must have the following description. No? It must be part of some qualified testimony. Okay? It must relate the observed situation in a crime scene, and it must express or represent the crime scene correctly. Yan, kaya kapag may improper na nakalagay, then definitely it will not be admitted as evidence in court. Okay? Yan. The following are reasons of making a sketch. Okay? Yan, whether i-require sa korte or hindi, kailangan pong mag-prepare po ng sketch. Yan. Why? First, because it will refresh the memory of the investigators dahil sa dami ng kaso na hawak nila, hindi naman lahat na crime scene ay memorize ng investigator, no? Yan. Second, to express the precise location of objects and their relationship to other objects and its surroundings, considering na yung isang kaso matagalan po yung pagdinig niyan, no? At syempre yung mga piece of evidence doon sa crime scene ay tinanggal na, diba? So saan makikita yung pong specific measurements at location ng evidence doon po sa sketch. Third is to assist the prosecutor and judge in understanding the condition of the crime scenes. Since wala naman sila doon, then para maintindihan nila yung condition sa crime scene, then magbabase po sila doon sa photographs and sketch, syempre, no? Yan. And fourth, the sketch must supplement the photographs, okay? Yan. Then, fifth, to assist in questioning of witnesses and suspects, since it may also serve as a guide in preparation of making questions or in preparing questions for interview and interrogation. No? Yan. So, let us proceed to question number 3. It is a kind of a sketch wherein an indoor crime scene or a room is treated as the cardboard box where the side and cover are collapsed to the same plane as the bottom. The bottom serves the floor and the foreside representing the walls and the cover representing the ceiling. Yan, so parang cardboard box siya, no? Yan. So, letter A, sketch of locality. Letter B, sketch of ground. Letter C, or Charlie, sketch of details. And Delta is cross projection sketch. And the answer for this question is Delta. No, ang tawag po sa sketch na yon ay cross projection sketch. At syempre, dahil may wall yan, ginagamit po ang cross projection sketch sa indoor crime scene, syempre, no? Yan. Okay? So, what are the specific kinds of a sketch? Ito po yung mga yon. Sketch of locality, sketch of ground, sketch of details, then cross projection sketch, no? A sketch of locality deals with the vicinity of the crime scene in relation to the environs or environment to include neighboring building, structures, or means of access leading to the scene. No? For example, sa shooting incident po, no? Na kung saan yung pong biktima ay nasa isang building at yung pong suspect ay possible na nasa kabilang building. Okay, ayon po doon po sa trajectory analysis, no? Yan. Then, kailangan iguhit mo din yung ibang building. O kaya naman sa conflagrations or sa arson cases na kung saan ang dami pong nadamay na building, no? So, para makita po yung origin ng sunog, whether ito ba ay naturally against the wind ba yung apoy, no? Baka namang gumamit ng accelerant, trailer, or plants, no? Pwede rin ito yung traffic accidents, no? Na kung saan para maipakita yung eksaktong location ng insidente, ay kailangan maglagay po ng mga buildings, no, na andon. Ayan. Okay? Para ma-determine yung eksaktong location kung saan nangyari yung aksidente. Okay? Yan. Then, second is yung sketch of grounds, no? This kind of sketch illustrate the scene of the crime with nearest physical surroundings such as room adjacent or opposite the room of the crime scene. Okay? So kung kanina building sa building or yung environment, dito sa sketch of ground mas maliit na siya. Yung pong room to room na lang po, no? The number of floors of a building or a house or the yard and other natural structures. Yan. Okay, so yung ground mismo, kasama lang yung mga kalapit na building, yung adjacent area, kalapit na rooms lamang, no? Or yung adjacent areas, or yung natural structures. Okay? Ayan. Pagka meron na pong landmark, for example, sa traffic accident, no? Pwede po itong sketch of ground. Yan. Pero kung walang malapit na landmark, yung pong sketch of locality, yung pong gamitin. Then, sketch of details or the floor plan or bird's eye view. This includes the positions and exact location of physical evidence in the crime scene. It describes the immediate scene only, like the room which the crime was committed in the detail of item in the room. It is the simplest and most common one or most common type of sketch, no? Yan, used in diagramming the crime scene. It may be used in all crime scene situation where the items of interest are located in one place. Yan, so bird's eye view, floor plan lang po ito, no? Yung floor lang, yung pong naka-sketch. Okay? And then we have here the cross projection sketch, sometimes called as exploded view, no? Ano naman yung exploded view na yan? It describes the immediate scene only, specifically inside a room as the scene of the crime. The room is treated as the cardboard box where the side and the cover are collapsed to the same plane as the bottom. Okay, as seen on the picture, no? The bottom serves as the floor and the four sides representing the walls and the cover representing the ceiling. The pieces of evidence found on the floor, walls, and ceiling are depicted or drawn with respective measurement with reference points such as bullet holes, splatters of blood, and other pertinent data. No? Yun nga lang, yung plane niya flat pa rin, no? Yan. Okay? So, meron din yung tinatawag na elevated view na kung saan makikita mo yung sketch kasama po yung pong walls talaga, no? Naka-elevate. Okay, ginagawa po yun. For example, kung meron pong mga holes na produce dahil po sa pagbarel at meron pong holes doon po sa pader, no? Yan, so pwede po yung elevated view na tinatawag, no? Na klase ng sketch. Okay? Ayan, yung pong types or kinds of sketch. Okay, yan. Then, next question, question number 4. It is the type of measurement used in sketching wherein the sketcher needs to use protractor in making a sketch. Letter A, triangulation method. Letter B, baseline method. Letter C, compass point method or polar coordinate method. And delta is coordinate or angular or rectangular coordinate method. And the answer for this question, ladies and gentlemen, is Charlie. Okay, yan po ang tinatawag po na compass point method or polar coordinate method. Na kung saan, ang makikita po ninyo sa sketch ay kukunin po yung angle of inclination at yung pong measurement mula sa reference point hanggang dun po sa piece of evidence. Okay, at maganda po itong gamitin yung compass point method kapag iisa po yung reference point, ba? Yan. Kasi kukunin mo lang yung pong kanyang angle of inclination mula sa north, east, south, or west. Then yung pong unit of measurement from the reference point to the piece of evidence. So ginagamit po ito sa outdoor crime scene. Yan. Then triangulation method. It is a type of measurement used in sketching wherein an object is located by drawing two straight line from two fixed point creating a triangle. Okay, so makikita naman doon po sa sample natin, no? The triangulation method is useful in an outdoor situation where there are no easily identified edges of the road or fields to use as reference point. Measurements follows the shape of a triangle. Okay, so ang element po nito, tandaan nyo, sa triangulation ay meron po siyang dalawang fixed point or dalawang reference point connected to the piece of evidence. Yan, no? Then, coordinate or angular or rectangular coordinate method. This method uses two walls in a room as fixed points, no? Yung parehas po yung plane, no? Yan, yung wall mismo, iisa lang po 'yon, no? Wherein from which the distances are measured at the right angles of the baseline could be the wall or drawn as a mathematical center of a room. Okay? Yan. So, yan po yung tinatawag po na rectangular coordinates forming a rectangle. So, dalawang walls po yung reference point mo, no? Yan. Then, baseline method, a straight line is established from one fixed point to another fixed point, no? Using one end of the line as a starting point, an object can be located by measuring along either side of the baseline at a straight angle to the object, no? Yan. So, yung isang reference point, i-connect mo sa isang reference point, then mula doon sa baseline na yon, doon ka magsisimulang mag-measure. Yan. So, meron po tayong side baseline method at meron yung tinatawag na center baseline method. For example po, ano, sa rice field, wala kang makitang reference point and approximately yung gitna, no? You approximate the center of the rice field, then you connect the edge of the rice field to another edge, no? Then make an imaginary line. Then from that imaginary line po, doon mo po i-connect yung evidence. Take note, ang importanting element po dito mula sa baseline, dapat 90 degrees po yung pag-measure mo mula doon sa baseline papunta doon sa piece of evidence. Puro 90 degrees angle lahat, no? Mula sa baseline. Okay? Yan. Then, yung compass point method or polar coordinates method, it is a type of sketch wherein a protractor is used to measure the angle between two lines. The point along a wall is selected as the origin. An axis line drawn from the origin is the line from which the angle is measured. So kung makikita nyo sa sketch, meron pong angle of inclination, for example, 45 degrees from north, and the measurement from reference point to evidence is 5 meters or the like. Yan. Yun po ang compass point method, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Ayan po. Then let us proceed to the different parts of the sketch, no? So ano nga ba yung pong mga iba't ibang parts ng sketch, no? Yan. So yung pong mga parts ng sketch, ladies and gentlemen, meron pong tinatawag na measurement arrow, no? Yung pong compass direction, yung pong evidence icon, yung pong specific measurements, no? Legend box or icon box na tinatawag. Sa finish sketch, ito po yung scale and proportion. We have the case number, date and time the sketch was drawn, the sketcher's name, the type of crime, the location of the commission of crime. So ito po ay dapat andun po sa sketch, no? Ano po ba yung measurement arrow, no? It is a two-headed arrow which is connected to a certain point to another. It usually connotes distance of an evidence from a reference and the width of physical barriers such as walls and barricades. Okay? Yan. And take note, yung pong type of measurement dapat ay iisa po, no? Yung ginagamit. So kung meters ang ginamit mo sa isa, meters lahat dapat, no? Then yung pong compass direction, it is an upward arrow that orients the sketch to the north para maipakita po yung position mismo ng biktima, no? Or yung pong posisyon ng mga pieces of evidence. Okay? Yun po yung gamit ng compass direction. Baka sabihin nakabulag ka, yung ulo ay papunta sa north, na yung biktima, pero ang totoo baliktad naman. Yan. So kailangan po yung compass direction para malaman yung eksaktong posisyon ng biktima at yung pong piece of evidence, no? Then we have the measurement, the unit okay, or the unit of measurement used, no, in order to describe the distance of an evidence to a reference point and the width of a certain barrier. The unit of measurement must be uniform. Sabi nga dyan, no, must be uniform throughout the sketch. Hindi po pa iba-iba. Okay? Kung inches, inches lahat. Kung feet, feet lahat. Kung meters, meters lahat. Then yung legend box or yung icon box, no? This is a list of icons used to represent certain figure or object in the crime scene. It also includes the label used to identify represented icons. So kung ano yung nasa legend mo, no? For example, makikita nyo yung pong tao, ganyan, yan po yung namatay, then definitely ganyan po dapat yung makikita sa sketch. Yan. Yung empty shell, yan. Then basta may nakitang ganyan sa sketch, ibig sabihin doon, empty shell po yan. Bloodstains and the like, ladies and gentlemen, different crime scene, you can use different legend, syempre. Then, scale and proportion, no, ang nakalagay po sa rough sketch ay draw not to scale, no? So ano nga ba ito? It is a proportion ratio scale used to compare the measurement of the sketch to the actual object's area, fixed, and the physical barriers, no? Yan, kasi hindi naman po pwedeng ilagay doon sa isang bond paper yung pong ang luwang-luwang na crime scene, for example, no? Yan. So anong gagawin? So, magkakaroon ng tinatawag na scale in proportion. For example, sa crime scene, 10 meters. Sa drawing po ay 10 cm lamang. Diba? Parang yung crime scene pinaliit mo para magkasya sa bond paper. Okay? Pero yung measurement dapat eksakto po yun. Specific, no? Yung 10 meters sa crime scene ay 10 mm or 10 cm lang sa drawing. So, ganun po ang scale and proportion. Then, the information box. Ito, napaka-importante po nito, no? The information box contains the details, no? Such as yung date, time when the sketch was drawn, the name of the sketcher, address of the crime scene, the case number of the crime, and the type of crime committed. Pwede mo idagdag dito yung pong tao na nag-sketch, syempre. So, sample, makikita nyo yung case number, ano yung kaso, no? Yung date and time, no? Location, okay, sketcher, yan, and the like. Okay, yan. And of course, sa sketch dapat andun po yung tinatawag natin na evidence icon. Okay, so ano ba yung evidence icon? These are figures used to represent the pieces of evidence, no? Yung pong makikita dun po sa box, no? Doon po sa ating legend ay yun din po ang makikita pa din dapat doon po sa tinatawag na evidence icon, na kung saan andun na po yung specific measurement na nakakonect doon po sa mga piece of evidence. Okay? Yeah. So, I hope that you have learned something from this short video presentation, ladies and gentlemen. And if you have learned something, don't forget to subscribe And click the bell button and hit all so that you will be updated regarding the latest update. Thank you very much for watching and God bless you all.